Okay. All right. Well, aloha. Welcome to Granblue Radio. Normally, I wouldn't be doing this while on vacation, but there is a whole lot of news coming in 30 hours, and
Really soon.
and we're not going to try and get that far behind because there's going to be like 2 months worth of news coming from that summer stream. So we're going to cover the little things first. This is the Hawaii edition. That's true. Here we are in here we in quotation marks. Here I am in Honolulu, just chilling out with the resort life. So I'm living out the real life alohas.
I mean, you went snorkeling today, didn't you?
I did go snorkeling. I swam with turtles. Swimming might be in quotation marks because I'm a really bad swimmer. I held on to a flotation device and paddled my way over to where
I
the
thought you were gonna
turtles
say you
were.
held onto a turtle.
I did not hold on to a turtle. That's not allowed. They're federally protected animals. I'm not allowed within 10 feet of
Fair.
them. So, it's not like I have a restraining order against turtles. It's just that they're federally protected animals. Anyway, let's get into this. Let's get into this summer mood. We're starting with summer characters, aren't we?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Do you want to start with a swimsuit extravaganza, or do you want to talk about Daddy?
Let's talk about Daddy. I love Daddy.
All right. Let's just talk through our Daddy issues right now, shall we,
Daddy
DJ?
wild.
All
I
right.
pull up this character and I'm like, wait, why is this allowed? Then I remember Earth exists, and I'm like, yeah, this is why this is allowed.
So people were complaining for a solid like year about how long it's been since there was a water character with the Grand tag. Water's been
It's
getting like
been a long time. Yeah.
Water's been getting nothing but swimsuit characters because Cagliostro, Lucio, those two changed the meta for them. But yeah, now they have like a Grand, and I don't know about you. I don't know if Poseidon is about on the same level as Olivia when it comes to Grand, so it's like, all right, fine. He was the center of two events. We'll let him pass.
Wait, but Olivia was in 1.1% of events.
She was Grand before she was in that one event. Also,
I still have no idea if she's gonna kill me or not, dog.
it's fine. Don't worry about it. We we'll find out someday. Someday.
Are we? It's been 3. It's been what, 2 years since what was Sky Blue Part 3? 3 years.
Moving on. Moving on. So I'm just going to scroll all the way down to um, to the support skills after we do the first introduction. So Grand Tag, important. The fact that he's Water Spear, it's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, you do you, buddy.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it makes sense. He's Poseidon.
That's true. He has a trident. All right. So
Yeah, with Tri Attack.
so this is the only thing I know about. The rest of this you'll have to read off the numbers to me about. But the really important thing about this character is this three prongs of judgment, his trident, right? So he always triple attacks. He has the meter penalty that a lot of the always triple attacks characters have.
Yeah.
Normal attacks deal 3 hit damage to random foes. So he has the Valentine's Grimnir support skill.
Yeah, and it was pretty good on Valentine's Grimnir too.
And the thing is that Valentine's Grimnir, part of what makes Valentine's Grimnir so disgusting is that he has like a 20 hit nuke and a 7 hit nuke in the element that has Ewiar's Peak, which gives supplemental damage to skills.
Mm-hmm.
And here we have Poseidon, and let's go just randomly pick one of my water teams that isn't like a one-shot team. So this one. Wrong one. This one's the wrong one. Is it this one? It must be this one. There we go. So he's in this element that has a jellyfish spear, you see. And
What does it do?
it allows me to draw 2 cards from my deck. Sorry. Instinctive there. It gives you supplemental damage to anything that you do that's a crit.
Oh,
And
but that means I have to guarantee my crit, right? Well, about that.
yeah, yeah, and then so the way
There
it
was an
works.
update earlier. There was an update earlier this year, where Water got 2 crit weapons out of nowhere from weapons that already existed.
And so, like, what is this? It's 100,000 damage per hit. It's adjusted by Seraphic, so it's 123,000 damage per hit. So on his attacks, he gets 900 times 1.23. He gets over a million damage. Like, let's call it 1.1 million damage on every swing of every hit he does.
Like the way I calculated it was I can't see my numbers.
It actually slows down the game. I haven't seen that since the days of putting choke on Narmea and just having her assassin things.
Yeah. Well, I also use the was it the sword that gives chaser on Ogi that everyone can get.
Fateless.
Yep. And
Yep.
then on top of that, I also put him with Summer Lucio, who gives a party wide chaser and then
hmm
a solo chaser.
And you can use him with the Xuanwu Shell Fists, which is
Correct.
a grid-based chaser. So here's the thing: every chaser that you give him gives him another 9 hits, which gives him another 1.1 million damage. So before we even talk about what his attack hits for, the fact that he has 4 chasers in this setup gives him an extra 4.5 million damage per swing. That's
Yeah.
before
So
you actually. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. So as a result, in a race in Shiva that I did,
hmm
just complete full auto, right?
hmm
He outdamaged Dog on a per
Yeah,
turn basis.
yeah. That's a lot of damage. And yeah, this is even before we talk about literally anything else he does. And the rest of the kit is actually still really good. So, what do you want to talk about next, DJ? Do you want to talk about the second uh, passive, or do you want to talk about his actual skills and stuff like that?
Yeah, let's just go with the second pass. This is because it ties into
The
something
rest
else
of it.
later.
So the thing is, this is only if you. This is all applies if you have nothing, no CA turned on. Like if you're just doing like a masquerade team or some sort of like chaser building team, or you're just wanting to like hit the Benito Keelan tag team stuff, right? Then that stuff makes him ridiculous. Then we have the Tide Father's Glory. So he's actually good in auto teams and in CA teams because so when anybody else uses a charge attack, he gets meter. How much is it?
Well, 10%, but after his reduction, it'd be like 6.
So he gains about 12% meter whenever an ally uses a charge attack because of it adds to his passive. And then he gets a Tide Father level. So what do Tide Father levels do, DJ?
TIE Father levels change 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he gives him a nuke with his CA.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, I'm reading this wrong. It changes Ruler of the Sea, actually. The number of activations you when you use Ruler of the Sea increase with how much TIE Father levels there is, and then it goes down to 0.
And so how high does everything go at max when you're at 9
Well,
Tide Fathers?
it'll activate 10 times. The nuke is 340 per for every foe.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, because it's activating 10 times, you will max out on your attack and defense stacks that you get from uniquely from it, because
Mm-hmm.
that stacks up only to 30%,
Okay. 30% defense up.
and
Got it.
then you get 200 meter if at max. It's a free CA, and then in that, if you have like Dog on your team, for example, even without CA reactivate, you already got back to 4 Tide Fighter stacks before your cooldown started going off on the Rule of the Sea.
Oh dear.
This is an 8 turn cooldown. You'll probably get 10 every time unless you do use it to turn 1.
That's quite the button. All right,
Yeah,
so
it's really good.
he's Valentine's Grimnir with a fish attached to him. Got it. So he's both Benito and Valentine's Grimnir. Then we've got. All right, so you said that the Tidefather's judgment level affects CA. Oh wait, no, that's
No,
Tidefather's.
no,
That's Tidefather.
that's why
So
that's where I read it wrong.
that's right. So his skill one puts on multiple debuffs, and he has
It's
bonus if they have the debuff from Triana on it. Then he'll do extra damage. Is it a lot of extra damage?
1.116 million nuke.
The answer is yes. Yes, he does. So that's isn't that the same number as Shalem?
I don't have Shalom
Let me look. Let me look and see what Shalem's nuke does. When it's it's 1.16 million that she does on CA.
on a
When
permanent debuff,
mm-hmm.
permanent local debuff.
So we've got Shalem's CA. We've got Bonito on a button.
He his CA also gives 30% water attack up.
That's a pretty good thing when you're double Bruno. Or, there's also a very good double Leviathan build, and both of those can benefit a lot from water attack up from a character.
And both can build crits.
Yep. And then just because it's like he has a third button, I guess he does have a third button. I haven't unlocked it yet
Oh,
because
we haven't even talked about the other part of the first part
oh yeah,
button.
the part where he has the Dark Owlbear Thunderstruck debuff.
Yeah, just have fun with your dark art bears. He doesn't benefit from Thunderstruck, but
It's there.
I guess.
I'm okay with them putting more Thunderstruck in the game.
I
This
mean,
is
yeah.
this is now number 2.
He just doesn't. Unlike Albert, he just doesn't benefit from it.
Hmm.
I
It's
don't think he
really
needs it. He
incidental.
really doesn't need. He really doesn't need to benefit from it.
All right, all right. So this is the thing that I actually haven't looked at too much. So 5 out of 12, he has, which is once again, isn't that the Shalem number for 5 out of 12? It is. No, it's 6 out of 12 for Los Endos. So never mind.
All right, so that buff that's not removable.
Hmm.
It gives you 100% debuff resistance,
What? Okay.
20% reduction of damage,
Okay.
and then 1k drain.
And given that it's a unique icon, does it stack with like on-ray drain and things like that?
It does not tell me any experiments on that.
Okay, I'll have to look it up once I get my on. Well, actually, my on-ray is level 110 now. All right, so I'll test it and get back to you. But yeah, um, there is exactly one complaint about this character, and it's one that they have been very consistent about fixing. He has a double attack EMP node. It doesn't do anything. It does literal nothing.
They'll fix it.
Yeah, they did it for Albert. They did it for Lyria. It'll get fixed.
Grimnir.
Oh yeah, Grimnir had one too, didn't he? So anyway, strong boy, strong boy. I will gladly accept all of this. You know.
Actually, Grimnir might not have because I don't think he's attack type.
Hmm. So yeah, both of us rolled him. We're both like, yeah, I deserve this. I've
I mean, considering the next character we're talking about, we do deserve this.
yeah. All right, shall we actually talk about
Wait, no, before we go on,
mhm.
let's talk about his weapon because
Right,
it's a
the
grand
Atlantis?
weapon.
All right, let's go into the Atlantis.
So if you main hand this, I don't know why because it's a spear, but if you main hand this, it does unworldly damage at least, but then you take 30% of your current HP.
Yeah, if you're going to main hand this, make a sword of justice.
Yeah,
It
and
does the
also
same thing.
yeah, it does the same thing in a class that can auto ignition the entire team.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but anyways,
Big
big
enmity.
enemy and big garrison.
So enmity it has not necessarily been a supported archetype for water yet, but the pieces are there. You can build it, and also
Go loot
garrison.
this.
Kolulu exists.
Vayne
Siegfried sets
exists.
himself on fire. He's, yeah, I mean the pieces are coming together for it, and in hard raids when garrison is relevant, then this thing is amazing. Like we talked about freaking the the Alexiel sword, the one that's just a washed out version of the katana.
Yeah,
And it's like I use that. Enmity's good. When you're actually going to get the ever living crap beaten out of you.
I don't know what the quintessence's cap is though. It's not on the wiki.
Okay. But yeah, the cap up is kind of incidental. Like it's an accident. Yeah. I don't know what they plan to do with spear main hands. We'll have to see what happens when they rebalance the spear classes, Epsaris, etc., etc. That's
They they really just need to make a better spear class because for the spear classes we have, I'd rather have an axe in my hand for Apsaris,
hmm
and I would rather have a gun in my hand for Cav.
yeah. And in the case of Spartan, I mean, one Spartan has been like
Most of the raids don't no longer allow you to use phalanx.
yeah, they've been devalued in the actual hard content that it was the king of. And so you don't use that anymore. Like the same thing happened to Sage. You just don't heal enough to keep up with anything anymore.
The only time you use stage is if you want Veil.
And even then, if you want Veil and you're in trouble enough that you don't want to be a Relic Buster. Like
Yeah,
Relic,
exactly.
it takes a lot to kill a Relic Buster too. And most of the hard raids will do it, but anything below like the top tier will take a while to kill a Relic Buster.
You just sometimes you have a stack and you dodge the attack that will kill you.
hmm All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the next member of the list, which is Summer Maidera. So let's go ahead and look
As I
around.
complain about everything again, but I do like Merterra.
Fun character. Water, Earth. Where did she go?
So I like how they changed how our ethereal seals technically work.
Here we go. So Summer Maidera. Um, so where the ethereal seals now come from skill 1, so it's like her wind version, but she gets 5 of them, like her fire version. So instead of it's 2 for wind.
Yeah.
And then based on the number of ethereal seals that she has when she casts this, she gets random debuffs. So does it consume 1 when she uses skill 1?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
There's no. The only thing that gives cost is her attacking.
hmm So she will debuff randomly 5 times upon hitting this button on turn 1.
She doesn't start with ethereal seals,
Oh, right. So she'll
but that's
hit.
where skill 3 comes in.
There we go. Okay. See, I don't have this character, and I haven't had time to watch videos of this character, so I appreciate your input on how she works.
Yeah. So when she let's go to her support skill first.
hmm
So she'll consume a ethereal seal when she attacks.
hmm
It'll do 4 hits of 60k each. Remember, these are 4 separate hits.
hmm
And also debuff by 10% stackable up to 40% and defense as well.
So Earth Urius is what people called her, but she works differently, where it's not consuming
She
meter.
does it by attacking.
She does it by attacking, so she cannot do it all in one turn. Then
Definitely no.
okay, there's no way to do it even with just like unloading here. Yeah, there's no defense down in her skill 1. Okay.
So that's part of that. Her second ability is that she supplements Earth skill damage by 50k.
Oh,
So that 60k is actually 110k. That's without caps, without any other supplemental, without any
so this is 1.7 million for hold on.
not million,
So the total is about 1.7 million when she attacks, though, isn't it? So it's like
pretty
400k
much.
plus 50k plus like what plus whatever seraphic you have, etc., etc. Okay, that's a lot.
It's only a normal attack. It's okay because her CA will do multiple hits of 110k per hit, depending on her seal stack. By the way, remember she gets. I'm going to say it now. If you have seal stacks and you hit skill 3, you're going to have 5 seal stacks
Hmm.
to CA with.
Right. Okay. So let me just look at this here then. So the pattern is turn 1, you hit Starry Sky.
You hit skill 2 because why not?
Okay, and then you immediately press Sunkissed Blooming,
Correct.
and
And
then you
then
can.
you have 100 meter, you have 5 material stacks to hit Starry Sky. Oh yeah, Starry Sky does 110k per hit, and then the supplementals and blah blah blah.
Right.
We talked about it. Does more. It
Hmm.
does more than what's printed.
And then Hyperion Blade. So she will have the full meter. So this 10 turn cooldown goes actually down to 7 turns on the next turn because it had an extra 2 turns cut from it.
Correct. And
Is
that was a
there?
lot of skill damage
Hmm.
already.
And then well, she has no multi attack, so you're gonna have to give it to her via some other method, just like every other Mater in the game.
I mean, there's a way to get multi attack in Earth.
There's plenty of them. It's true. Most of
Oh
them
yeah,
are not involved with the skill damage teams, though.
and then her skill 2 also, it will double a cast if you have 10 or more debuffs.
Yeah, so that's something we did with Lady Grey, and that one's been doing well for me in Dark. So I assume, given that she has more debuffs on her than Lady Grey, where she can actually hit like the 10 number on her own, then yeah, you'll get double delays from this pretty often.
It's also a pretty short cooldown too.
6 turns, I take it.
Yeah, 6 turns.
It's, that's a decent cooldown for a double delay. I think Olivia's is on 6 turns also for her double delay. Let's go take a look at Olivia.
I'm gonna also list out the list of debuffs you can get with skill 1.
What's up?
10% defense resistance, 5k poison, 5k putrefy, 5k burn, blind, charm. This is all not local, by the way,
Hmm.
so far. DA down, TA down, 3 turns of accuracy down, 2 turns of paralyze. Yeah, this is pretty good list.
So yeah, it is also 6 turns on the double delay for Olivia,
Okay,
and so 6 turns on a double delay doesn't seem like that far out of the norm. However, the
but
other
it's still
stuff is
good.
it's still really good. I'm trying to think of who else has double delay. Like, oh wait, there's another one in even Dark Sword, which is double delay 7 turns on Black Knight.
Well, that one also comes with these spells, and
It comes with a lot of stuff on it.
yeah,
Yeah, Zeta's
yeah.
is on a weird double delay cooldown where it's like it has to have the other skills that come in.
Have you seen the video yet? That was linked this morning.
Which one?
The one of killing Lucy.
No. Oh, right. The 5 people with Hercules come in and they just do Hercules things to Lucilius.
Yeah, so the video sets stuff up to kill the fourth character slots, bring in Lobelia. He dies because Phosphorus targets the highest health character, which is him.
Hmm.
Kills him, gets the last character in, and Matera's and MC have the stacks ready.
Hmm.
Has the skill 3 from Lobelia.
Hmm.
There's a Keelan involved, and remember that Matera also refreshes her own. What's it called? She refreshes her own cooldowns.
Hmm.
So that person got first place.
Got it. I got it.
It was all on turn 4.
That's some big nombres.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
Oh yeah.
not
The
nombres.
fourth, the fourth,
Numeros.
the fourth character was that came in was Sandalphon, by the way.
Oh, I thought it was Sora's for some reason.
No, it has to be Santa. I think Source is the second character
I
though.
see. Okay.
But Xenophon's so you can make Lucilia's water. It
All right.
was a very interesting thing.
So yeah, this character crazy good. I don't know if there's too much more to say about this one. Poor Ilsa, Earth Bow with like no help, and then suddenly Madeira comes in. It's like, oh,
I can do your job better.
does Earth Ilsa actually have a job?
No.
Okay,
Wait, no, she has a job to yell at you, so I don't know.
got it. Yeah, Earth Ilsa is a character who needs help.
Matera's weapon's also not bad either.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else is actually an Earth Bow character other than
You're
Ilsa.
trying to find. You're better off trying to figure out what bow character that is not named Matera.
Yeah, that's true. There's what Madeira is now in 4 out of the 6 elements now. Was it?
Correct. 2 limiteds, 2 not limiteds.
Hmm. Yeah. So she has summer in Earth. She has Christmas in light, and then she has wind and
Mhm.
fire as normal. Okay. Well, we have a new candidate in the race for Rainbow. We can try and get Rainbow Madeira.
I mean, Matera is still popular, so.
She is.
But yeah,
Yeah.
her weapon itself gives medium stamina and small sentence, which is not bad. Depends on how you want to set this up and what 4-star gets later.
Hmm. All right. Can we move on?
All right, let's talk about the center of the event.
So I want I want this puppet. They're going to be selling it at the Granblue Fantasy Extra Fest. I might buy 4. It's
You don't
look
have
at it.
4 hands, Tom.
I have feet. Our hero Kawahara said I can put one on my hand and then 2 on my feet, and then I could buy that. That would justify me buying 3 of these things.
Amazing.
It's so good looking. All right. Anyway, let's go actually to Meg. So it's really funny that like we're going to end the descriptions on Meg, and Meg is really good. Like there is no like mistaking that this character is really good. It's just that she came out the same banner as the Tide Father and Madeira, and so people are
Two
just
monsters, and here's a very ordinary shark girl.
she's so ordinary.
I mean, her title is very ordinary shark girl. So,
Um, all right, so the number one thing to talk about with her is how crazy about Auguste works, because this is the upgraded version of her SR skill. It's her character development. Before it was like her drama about swimsuits, and now it's strengthening her resolve. So, DJ, do you have the numbers in front of you on
I do.
so there is a total potential
All
of
right, so I'll do it. So I'll list it off by number of Yukata slash summer characters
mhm,
that are in the game that are in the party,
mhm,
and outfits do not count.
right.
She counts herself, by the way.
She does count herself, so she counts herself as Summer. So that's one.
So if Meg is the only character with this summer slash Yukata in your team,
Hmm.
she gets 30% perpetuity mod attack and 50% defense.
So she's always got 50% defense and 30% like unique attack. Okay.
Yeah, there's no changing that.
Hmm.
If there's another ally, she guarantees triple attack,
Okay. She always triple attacks.
along with 20% chaser.
And you can just casually put like Summer Rulame in the back line or something like that, and just is fine.
Yes.
Okay, just put Summer
Third,
Chloe in the back line. Anyway, go ahead.
when there's 3 total people, debuff immunity. When there's
Okay,
4, her buffs cannot be removed.
okay.
And then 5 is 20% damage cap.
So the three, the big like difference in Meg for building around this. She'll always have one. Two is amazing because she'll always triple attack and it increases her damage by another 20% by her attacks.
Hmm.
Then there's two defensive bonuses, so you don't necessarily need to do 3 and 4. And then 5 is like a cherry on top of 20%. But like when you look at
Your
what,
list.
what your list is of putting summer dark characters in with her, so I'm just gonna turn off
So
SSR. But like,
so
go ahead.
I'm gonna list off. Amir is a good choice. Amir is a pretty good character.
Yes.
Donoa,
Don,
uh,
mm.
uh, uh.
And Zoe actually like
Zoe will kill you.
there's
She doesn't even she still doesn't even have a real CA.
she really doesn't.
She has
So
a panic button, a button that's sometimes useful, and then a button that really
it's
exists.
so our crew member who is using Meg right now. She essentially is like, all right, if I want to do all 5, I'm using a Rulamea. She's the next best dark summer character. That tells you a lot about what the lineup is like for dark. I mean, admittedly, Anthuria is also really good. So
Yeah,
so
you
essentially, you
gotta.
put Meg in with Amira, Anthuria, and 2 backline characters if you can.
They're really just backline characters.
Hmm.
You put Lane in the back. If this was a game that actually had like costs of putting characters in the field or not, but
Summer
this is not.
Lunaluen back. Yeah. Anyway, so anyway, I'm just going to assume that we're going to do this with 2. 2 is a
Here,
very good number for her.
yeah.
Like the way that they did it, 2 is perfectly good.
My favorite thing also, she has 6 crit nodes.
I heard about that where it's like
It's to work with her skill too. We'll talk about that in a bit. Actually, it works on her
or so
ordinary girl's ordinary vacation.
yeah, she has a version of the like Grand Jean or um who else has the supplemental like the not supplemental has the chaser on triple attacks passive? Was it Show?
I don't remember.
There's another character who has that passive. Oh, that's right. It's Summer Sheep. Thank you, Vito Vendover. Okay, but yeah. So instead of doing it for triple attacks, it's for crits. And Dark does. It's
Better.
actually a little difficult for Dark to have a full crit build. It right
Not
now there's
really.
like
You could do it in Magna still. It's not great, but you can
with
do
the
it.
5 gun build or 4 guns?
5 gun build.
Yeah, and then in Primal, it's getting a little bit of traction. Like Bab El Mendeb, Ruling Pen, um,
There's a lot of
Ishtar.
normal weapons that actually work
Yeah,
in those slots.
like you
So
you can basically patch that one together. So that one, it's going getting better and better. But in Magna, it's not a thing. Don't build crit in Magna, please.
you can do it. It's just not really. It's really not advisable.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so then we actually get to our skills. So like once again, like so many of these characters, we were like, we're just scrolling straight to the support skills. This is what's important. All right, so Shark Loan Assault. She does stackable minus attack minus defense.
It goes up to
Cooldown of
40%.
cooldown of 6 turns, and it's actually 6 turns, right? Because
Yeah,
everything
6 turns.
else, yeah. Her cheating on CAs is in skill 2. So I mean, this one's fine. Dark does not yet have a supplemental to crits or supplemental to skill that I can think of yet. Nothing that's common. So I mean, it's good.
You also put a local debuff,
So
Chum, which only affects skill 3.
yeah, it is the one that gives her an assassin against Chum
280% strength assassin on a character that will triple attack.
with Chaser.
And Keen and Amplify. Oh yeah, let's talk about skill 2.
Yeah, so skill two's wild. Like the part where she makes it so that when she CAs, shark in open water ends its cooldown, and it affects everybody. So once again, a Grand Jean effect. Instead of doing guaranteed triple attack with Chaser like Grand Jean, it's so how much crit up does it give? Is it 70-30 or is it better?
70-20 actually.
70-20? Okay. So 70% chance to crit. Keen, so that's probably why it's only a lower damage multiplier.
Probably
The Keen is what, 10k or is it less? Or more?
50k.
50? Yeah, okay, very good.
And
And
also 10% seraphic bonus. Woo!
thanks, Ladiva. Oh man,
And that affects everybody after you CA.
yeah. Like I said, Ladiva. Ladiva's a very good character, and Meg stole her buff, like her signature buff.
And look, at least she doesn't have to grapple somebody.
Yeah, that's also true. And then Calamity Rejection, we talked about this. She gives herself Assassin with. It's like really good character, really good character. What was it that people?
Let me just triple attack and with some everything stacked on top of it with assassin.
Yeah, welcome to Dark. Have your triple attack and chaser.
It really is a dark thing that's very common.
Welcome to Dark. All right, so that is all three characters. Did you spark for the Tide Father, or did you just roll and get him?
So I I actually pointed this out because this happened to me one time before with a different summer character, which was Izmir back in like 2017 or
Hmm.
2018,
Oh, that's right. I remember this.
where I pulled the weapon. It gave me a gold moon. I'm like, wait a second. And so the very last one is just, here's Poseidon.
And you're like, oh, that's odd. That's right. So did you get? Was that a free roll?
That was a free roll.
That's a pretty good free roll. I went 109 deep, and the Poseidon came out, and I'm like, all right, I'm happy with this. The
The thing
father
I
is,
learned about this game is that I can't complain about the free rolls it gives me. If it's bad, it's whatever. That's expected. If it's good, well, it rained.
all right. So, what's next on the agenda, DJ?
Uh, there's the weird changes that were updated.
Okay. So updates, and this was the August 3rd update, was it? Let's see. There it is. Okay. So number one, Worm Tiger Claw. At 4 stars, it had one of the weirder skills in the game, where before, when your MC had 50% or more health, then your MC would have hostility up,
Correct. And
and
when we
then
were below 50%, it was defense up.
and now they're just like screw it, it gets both. The weapon's still not very good.
Hey, Fiortio.
Fiorito, yeah, that's true, but it's one
It's still
main
not
weapon.
good.
But it's one its main weapon only, and it's just
Yeah,
like
it's still not good.
it's competing with so many other fists in Earth. Like the lazy man's solution for having a main hand is just your seraphic. It's like it's gonna be in your grid anyway. Just keep it there. Keep it.
As
Put it
the
in your main
CA.
hand. And then after that, you still have like a bunch of really easy to make Earth fists. So it's just like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Rise of the Beast Fist, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I don't understand the changes
I
on
have a
this
theory.
one.
We'll get to it after this. So
Okay.
then they kind of question mark buffed the Judgment Tuba.
So which part of it was changed again?
It takes a smaller amount of your HP away. However, it becomes more than before if you have 80,000 more hit points or more. So anywhere below 80,000 hit points, it eats less of your health than before. This is
Okay.
kind of a nothing change, honestly. Like the fundamental function of that weapon has not changed at all, which is that it barely works.
What do you mean converting your defense to a normal offense is a bad thing? What?
It, yeah. We're gonna move
It's
on.
not. It's not usable.
And
Still,
then the last one is really funny to me because this is leading to a whole lot of speculation because they updated Ronco because she referred to weapons that were specifically only from the
the
Cinderella
island.
girls
Yeah, because they were literally labeled mysterious.
because this is where the EX modifier came from originally. They were called unknown weapons. This is why people farmed Cinderella Girls event so hard is that we were
The only
looking for that
sources.
the famous third multiplier, and now everything has EX. Like they made it much more available. It's not
Remember the Fong Fist?
the Fong Fist,
Stu-
the
the
Pina
stupid poison
Dagger.
hand. Oh yeah, Chun Li's bracelet.
Like how many people like put themselves in the mines for the freaking sausage axe
I
from
was in
Cinderella
those
Girls?
mines. I have two of them still. I'm not destroying them ever.
Yeah, yeah. Water
My
was
ping
su-
axe. Yeah.
Water was suffering because of the Pina Dagger, and then if you didn't have the Pina Dagger, the only other option was the whatever sword it was from uh, Slayers, which you had to like farm your brain out in order to actually get
Because it
because
was part of a guild war.
it was part of a Unite and fight, and you only got 3 of them for rewards, and you had to get a drop. Ugh. So
I
anyway,
mean, you got a sword of light though from that one too.
yeah,
That's dark. That makes
that
sense
that
in the context.
it does make sense in context. Thanks, Slayers. But yeah, and so they took this mysterious weapon um, away and just gave her generic elemental attack. So this is where my theory comes in. So there's 2 theories at play, DJ, and I'm going to ask you which one you believe more. One is that they're just doing this so they don't have to tack on mysterious weapon skill on every idol master weapon that comes along, and people are like, maybe they're updating her for an upcoming Cinderella Girls collab event again.
I mean, that's the theory I want.
The other one is that this and the Worm Tiger's Claw were one of the things that kept breaking the grid display and the skill unification.
Especially since you can change your HP values in the display.
Hmm.
That's the more likely one. I want the other one though, please.
But yeah, like I think that honestly, like Ronco and the Worm Tiger Claw kept breaking the skill display. That's my current thought. And
Yeah, I believe it.
so I think that they cut the Gordian knot and said, "Look, we're just gonna buff this weapon, please. Let's just we'll just do that, and it'll be easier, and then we'll just not have to like fix this 6-year-old creaky code." All right, so that one was funny, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think that since we do have the skill unification and the party screen updates coming on August 20th, I think that was it's like we have 2 weeks. This is the fix that we have. That's the cleanest fix that we have. We're just doing it. So that's my personal theory. I am not a game developer anymore, so I can't like put any weight behind that theory, but it's my theory.
It's a good theory.
If Cinderella Girls comes as a collab and gets announced because it is their 10th anniversary, so then
And summer streams coming up. We sometimes, I have to say now, sometimes we
mhm,
announce collabs.
yeah, it's true. All right, last agenda item then.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about Summer Fortune. So, DJ, do you still play Cinderella Girls enough to actually get their lottery cards?
I don't.
Okay. So, this is something that actually confused a lot of people until I did the direct comparison to Cinderella Girls cards. So, here's the Summer Fortune. So, Summer Fortune is uh, each day that we log in, We get this 3-digit number card, and there are going to be in the end 9 winning numbers, winning for different levels, and these different levels are actually crazy. So here's Summer Fortune, right? Here are the let's see.
Your available prizes.
Here are the available prizes. So let's take a look at Tier 4, which is we're guaranteed to win at least 2 Tier 4s because you only have to match the last number, and they're making sure that your first 10 cards have a different last final number, and there will be 2 different final numbers that win. And yeah, so Tier 4, each winning card can be traded for 1 prize. I'm going to trade for Damascus Crystals. There is like no
Same.
question in my mind for it. But gold
None of
moons.
these else matter to me.
Gold moons are neat, but really Damascus Crystals, gold moons. Like I feel like any other trade-in is not worth it, especially since 2 gold moons can become 1 gold spell book, 2 gold spell books, DJ.
Correct.
It's
It's not
like
balanced, but you can choose what your prize is, so it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
you get to choose what your prize is, so who cares? You're guaranteed to get 2 of these, and then you're very likely to get 3. Tier 3, which is what, last 2 digits? They're
What is the thing again?
It's either last 2 digits or first 2 digits, so it is a 1% chance per card. Unticketable summons, grand weapons. It's like, okay, so tier 3, which is a 1% chance, is it a 1% chance? Hold on, it's 10 out of 1,000, so yeah, it's a 1%er. But it's 3 1%ers, because there will be 3 of these cards drawn, so that's where the 3% comes in. Yeah, these are really good. Tier 2, we are at the vintage weapons, most of which are bad. Let's keep moving. And
Hey,
then
there's
you
some
get
good ones.
seasonal weapons. Summer. We've got ourselves Halloween over here. Summer summons, and then just ignore the Optimus set. Just keep going this way. But yeah,
I would probably get a Whale's Finest if I get that.
yeah. I would probably pick. Oh man, the Zodiac weapons are in here. That's crazy. They even have Vicky in there. I would not blame anybody for picking Vicky out of this one.
True.
And then tier 1, which is a 0.1% chance. You have to get the exact 3 numbers, and there are only going to be 2 of these drawn. There's a Shiro ticket. There's 160 moons where it's going to give you a 3-star superlative weapon. Oh yeah, by the way, here's one that's actually buried way at the end of tier 2. I forgot about this. Hello, 100,000 crystals.
That's a spark. Yeah.
That's a spark with 10k change. So, alright, DJ. The funny thing about this is, we're like regular players. So, given the choice between a free Zodiac or 100k crystals, we're probably just going to take 100k crystals, right? Or are you going to take Will's Finest, even over
I
the
still might
100k?
just take Whale's Finest because I don't remember how often we rerun Valentine's.
Okay. Because, it's like, if you have both time and 100k crystals, then you get a bunch of these other prizes along the way. You get a bunch of those, like,
True.
moons and things like that.
All right,
But
you convinced me.
you have to wait for it. And so it's like, I do kind of ask people in chat, given the choice between 100,000 crystals, if you get that 1% chance at a tier 2 prize, it's a 2%er because there's 2 different numbers that'll win. Would you take the 100k or would you take the character now, the seasonal character who will not always be around?
All right, you convinced me. 100K.
Because it does require a lot of patience to hold on to that 100k, as opposed to just
Dom,
getting the thing now.
have you seen me in Princess Connect?
Yes. How many sparks do you have right now in Princess Connect?
I still have 4 sparks.
Did it go up to 5 because they gave away 3,000 today?
No, it's still
Okay,
4. It's building back up because it was 5 before the last spark.
I see. And then yeah, tier 1. Uh, I would probably get an Excalibur or an Ulikumi out of this. Maybe I would pick up my Sky Piercer after years of joking about it. But yeah, this is worth either 150 or 160 gold moons for a tier 1. It's a lot. So, anyway, there was a lot of confusion about this when it came around because of the mention of the word patterns, where it's like there's going to be 2 numbers that win 1, tier 1, and people with that exact 2 numbers will win the tier 1. And then
How
there
many
will be
cards do we
2.
get exactly again?
We get 14.
Ooh, okay, I still have a chance.
And then we also have 2 different numbers that will be the tier 2 prize. 3 different numbers from those will be the tier 3 prize. And then there will be 2 different numbers that will be the tier 4 prize. So here's the thing about that a lot of people were confused by, is that it's not just like 1 or 2 numbers that are picked, period. The way that it works in Cinderella Girls is, let's just say that 308 is the tier 1 winner, and so is 431. So those 2 are the ones that win tier 1. And then there are 2 different numbers that win tier 2. So it's 0, let's just say 022 wins tier 2 and 325 wins tier 2 also.
Permutations.
Yeah. And then there will be 3 different numbers that win tier 3. Like the way they do it so in Cinderella Girls, they also give you way more cards, and they draw way more cards. Like there's way more tiers of prizing in Cinderella Girls. So in Cinderella Girls, it's 4 numbers that you have to match,
Oh, that's way more.
and an idol. So it would actually have to match the picture on the card also to get tier 1.
Oh, jeez.
It's insane because you know how many Cinderella Girls there are.
My joke is that there's way more Cinderella girls than Million Life.
Yeah, there's an insane number of them, and so it's really hard. And they give you more cards as a result, but it's just like, let's just say it's like Abe Nana 7777, and that wins tier 1, and
You also
then
get the jokes.
tier
Yeah.
2 tier 2 it's like Ren 1234 or like Uzuki 5678 blah blah blah. In this one, they're only giving you 14 cards, and they're making it more likely to win by having only 3 numbers, and you don't care about the picture. The way that we did the math is that given that there are 14 cards, and there's a 3% chance of a tier 3 on any given card, because there's 3 different 1%, then you have 2 guaranteed tier 4 wins, and then about a 50% chance of 1 more. You have about a 37% chance of at least 1 tier 3, a 25% chance of at least 1 tier 2, and then just don't think about tier 1. It's a 0.1% chance per card.
Look, I stopped thinking a long time ago.
That's fair.
Remember I said last week, but my policy is that whatever free stuff I get, I get.
Yeah, and unlike the people who complained about like opening up pots or berries or something, you choose what you want. So if you don't want pots or berries, don't pick them. Just grab something else. There's plenty of good stuff here. Mostly, I'm just gonna click on the gold moon and the Dama crystals because that's the one that anybody can use. Everybody can use those.
Like, Dom, do you remember Granblue Fest last year? Not last year, technically 2 years ago now.
Which one? What part of it?
uh, the gachapon
Hmm.
where we did our tasks and we got our stamps,
Hmm.
and then we go get our codes.
Right.
Remember, most of mine were rupees.
Oh yeah.
So like I said, I just don't care what I get. If I get something nice, I'm happy. If I don't, it's expected.
All right. That is fine. Um, but yeah, like there's two questions I have about this that'll be answered later. So last year when we had scratcher cards, Rise of the Beast came around and you could buy extra scratcher cards.
I remember that.
Rise of the Beast is coming in a week, and by in a week I mean like 2 days. Do you think that they're going to do that again, where you can get extra cards from that?
Probably.
Okay. The
I
other
wouldn't. I wouldn't put it past them.
the other question is, do you think we're getting scratchers back or something like that for the second half of this campaign?
They're already giving us a lot of free stuff, so no.
Okay. All right. Thank you for joining me. That's all we had for today.
You know
I
what
have.
I'm excited for though, Dom?
What's up?
End of the month.
End of this month?
Yeah,
What happens?
it's putting into side stories in a couple weeks.
What is it?
Actually, it's not side stories.
Reruns?
A rerun of Walk on the Wild Side.
And you're thinking that that means we're going to be getting the fourth Luane Bros event?
Oh please, please. Also, wouldn't it be? Yeah, it'd be the fourth.
I'd be in. All right. I gotta get to dinner. Thank you
Oh
for
yeah,
joining me, DJ. We'll
yeah, no
be
problem.
yeah. So I probably will not be doing primary translation on the summer stream. I think Pocky's gonna take over for that, but I'll see you there for that.
All right.
And yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy Hawaii
When do you come back again?
Saturday.
Oh,
Approximately 12 hours after the summer stream ends.
so you'll be compiling all the notes afterwards. I gotcha.
I really will be. All right. Thanks for
Well,
joining me,
gotta
everybody.
do something with your WordPress.
Oh baby. All right. Sorry for the janky setup, but I'm in Honolulu right now, so
Yeah,
I
enjoy
will.
enjoy yourself.
I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.